in the other room, there was someone like screaming. Like we ain't there for getting arrested. Hello, welcome to my sweet abode. It's Kim King. So I'm a bottle of vodka down. I try to cross this road. Yep, you'd be right. 6 police officers. And that's when they fucking turned me around. I opened up the paddy wagon and shoved my dumb ass straight in the back. And I was like... As soon as they turned off the aircon, it was a hot box. So little like preface kind of thing. So pretty much it's going to be all these details that you won't know that's relevant until it gets to the actual interrogation part, and then everything will piece together, and then a bit on the AA meeting and how messed up that was as well. So enjoy. Across from my house there's ovals. I start walking and you have to go through like, there's like a little pathway and it's through some like trees and bushes and stuff. And this like lady is like in there and she's like homeless. She like kind of lives in the bushes. So we started having a chat, and we were just talking literally for, it was like 10 maybe 15 minutes, and you know, having a D&M like about life, because that's what everyone does with strangers that they met in a bush. This is mistake another number. So we started getting D&M, I don't know, talking for 10-15 minutes, and you know, I was just saying like stupid boy talk, like I hate when boys use me. Keep that in mind. I meant like I hate when boys like cheat on me or whatever. Just keep that in mind. That's key. Just remember that I'm talking to this homeless lady about that. So I continue my journey. I get to Cronulla and I, you know, start making friends with literally everyone. What time was it? Cronulla starts getting more and more packed because it starts getting later and closer to the fireworks and blah blah blah. I start walking from the station all the way down, making my rounds, making friends with groups along the way, like literally. And then over here is like South Cronulla, and there's like some rocks and stuff. And I get down to here and I start going to this huge group. I'm like, hey, I just got arrested, blah blah blah. And oh my god, so stupid. So flash to Kayana, Bryce's and my friend's point of view. They've gotten off the station from the party and they're like frantically looking all around Cronulla, and they're like, shit, like, because the last text I sent was, haha, I'm going back to Cronulla. This is what they told me. They just saw me standing in the middle of a huge group, just going, I just got arrested, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, it's so embarrassing. Just me telling a story to this huge group. Why do I drink? Fast forward to 2 weeks later, I get a letter in the mail and it's like, you have to go to AA meeting. I literally had to go to an AA meeting. If you don't go, you will get charged a record. By the way, you have to have a parent there. Going to that meeting was shocking as well. Oh, that's another story in itself. But anyway, before they sent this letter, they had actually called my house, and I didn't like obviously think they were going to do that. And they said, oh, we've been looking around because we've got a report for a Kim. And Mum's like, oh, what? And they're like, you just have to bring her to the station. This is fucking juicy. This story time is... Anyway, so they took me down to the police station and waited there for a bit, and I was in the waiting room. So there's like 2 interrogation rooms or whatever, and in the other room there was someone like screaming, like this woman screaming at the top of her lungs. There was like police officers, like real like dead faces, like, people coming in handcuffs, and my dumb ass is sitting there like fucking never drinking vodka, because I thought that's what I was like there for. And so they bring me into this interrogation room, and they use like the interrogation techniques on me, but like I quickly figure out what they were talking about. And so they're like, so we've had reports that you've been sexually assaulted on Australia Day. And I was like, excuse me? And they're like, the only information the lady had was that your school and your first name. You're fucking kidding. I am sitting here, my mum's like, oh my god, like stressing out. And I was like stressing out because I was like, what the frick? No. Oh my god, it was the homeless lady. And he's like, yeah, so do you need help? And I was like, oh, no. No, thank you though. I was talking to this homeless lady and I said to her, oh, I hate when guys use me, as in like cheat on me. Blah, 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 blah. Her thoughts, like the thought behind it was very nice, but the homeless lady had gone around telling all these police officers, like several, that I had fucking been like that. And I was like, that is... Okay, I get the thought behind it, but that is like way too far. So that was so stressful, but we quickly cleared that up and I was like, no, like, I'm good, thanks though. But then, yeah, so then I got the letter in the mail and I was like, you gotta go to AA. So we ended up going to, you know, the AA meeting. The first thing we saw when we walked into this AA meeting was vodka, bourbon, Midori, and beer all lined up on the front table. And the first thing I get said to me was, how much if I steal all 4 bottles of the alcohol? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you know, like, make it a bet, like $10. Like, if you get them first, I'll give you $10. And if I get them first, you give me $10. And I was like, we just got arrested for underage drinking and you want to steal the bottles of vodka and alcohol at the front next to the police officer. And he's like, yeah, make it a challenge. I'm like, what the fuck? No, I'm good. My mom already hates me enough. To continue on from that, then the police lady gave us beer goggles. Like we ain't there for getting arrested for being drunk. She gave us beer goggles. And she's like, try and walk along this line. And I was like, bitch, I've been drunk, that's why I'm here. I don't need that shit. No offense to that police officer. Literally, she was like, so why do you think people would drink, you know? And someone goes, peer pressure. And she has a whiteboard and a marker or whatever. And she's like, good. So she like puts a line and she's like, P-E-A-R P-R-E-E-S-S-U-R-E. So I'm getting peer pressured. Don't know about you, but I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm getting peer pressured. Just an individual thought.
You're a stupid dumbass.
So that's story time. Like and subscribe, please. Thank you for listening to my story. Kim Kane out.